Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Gregory Gongwer. I'm the president of A.T. Wall Company, which was founded here in Rhode Island in 1886, in its division metal form, which was brought from Connecticut to Rhode Island in 2012. I am here on behalf of the management team of ATW Companies, A.T. Wall Company, and Parmatech Proform Corporation, here in after ATW, companies located in Warwick and East Providence, Rhode Island, respectively. We're opposed to House Bill 7199, which would limit the types of firearms and firearm components that can be manufactured, transferred, or possessed in the state of Rhode Island. Passage of this legislation would force us to lay off employees, move the existing operations to one of our other subsidiaries in Pennsylvania or California, and would eliminate expansion plans at our Rhode Island facilities. The leadership of ATW and many of our employees are passionate about their Second Amendment rights to bear arms, and we're equally passionate about protecting the community. You have heard and will hear testimony on tragedies involving firearms, testimony that will claim limiting the possession of firearms, and specifically firearms that feature magazines holding several rounds of ammunition would reduce or eliminate such tragedies. It is horrifying that such tragedies occur, but there are equal number of tragedies that do not involve firearms. These horrific acts are not committed by law-abiding citizens, but by criminals. This legislation will have severe consequences on law-abiding citizens and the economy of Rhode Island. We stand shoulder to shoulder with others here in defense of our Second Amendment rights, which we believe will be infringed by House Bill 7199. Today, we desire to emphasize the impact this bill will have on job preservation and job growth in this state. We stand firm in our goal to improve the welfare of our employees, other citizens of Rhode Island, and the economy of Rhode Island as a whole. This bill, if passed, will be detrimental to the livelihood of 116 employees who we are responsible for in the state of Rhode Island, as well as many other individuals in the local firearms industry. The Metal Form Division of A.T. Wall Company, located in Warwick, manufactures magazines for firearms, including those that hold more than 10 rounds. These magazines are supplied not only to OEMs and distributors of firearms, but to military and law enforcement. Parmatech Proform is a metal injection molding manufacturer that supplies components to semi-automatic pistols that predominantly use magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. The semi-automatic pistols for which we supply components are the preferred firearm of law enforcement across the United States. ATW has been a bright spot and success story for the economy of Rhode Island. In 2015, ATW directly contributed over $18 million to Rhode Island's economy through payroll taxes to the state, payments to our employees, benefits for our employees, payments to other Rhode Island businesses, property taxes, and more. In 2016, this amount is anticipated to exceed $20 million and will continue to grow as the companies grow. Many firearm manufacturers are promoting the conversion of their products to made in the USA. Without companies such as ATW, these items will be provided by offshore/non-domestic companies. ATW is not only manufacturing company in the state of Rhode Island, is not the only manufacturing company in the state of Rhode Island supplying to the firearms industry. And our employees will not be the only ones affected by this legislation. In addition to manufacturing, there are many retail facilities, gun clubs, and shooting ranges that will be impacted. The collective pull of employees and the adverse impact to the economy grows exponentially. This legislation will negatively impact the Rhode Island economy by eliminating existing jobs, curtailing job growth, and by driving the firearms industry out of the state. This legislature should not be in the business of placing responsible corporate citizens out of business and hindering the growth of jobs in the state of Rhode Island. We fully understand and support the need to prevent the types of firearm-related tragedies experienced in recent years. However, we strongly urge this committee to reject House Bill 7199 and focus on areas of positive impact, early intervention, as well as firearm safety and education. Focus legislation on keeping firearms out of the hands of criminals who perpetrate crimes against the community and expand penalties associated with such crimes. Do not penalize law-abiding citizens and do not penalize the economy of Rhode Island. We are hopeful that as a result of these hearings, legislation is developed that will help to prevent future tragedies while preserving both the Second Amendment and homegrown businesses like ATW, so that we can continue to grow our industry and provide Rhode Island's working families with stable jobs for another century.
Thank you, Greg. Are there any questions for Greg? Representative Jello.
Thank you, Chairman. Just one question, sir. Can you give us an approximate percentage of the volume of your sales that are to law enforcement or the military, law enforcement and the military?
About 95% of our facility in ProFarm in East Providence goes into those industries, and about 25% of that in the Warwick facility at Metal Farm.